We're back. Thanks for staying with us. Joined now by Shannon Wilkinson. Shannon's the CEO of Tego Cyber Incorporated. TGCB is their stock symbol. Shannon, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Don. Nice to see you again.
You know, it's been really interesting talking to you about your company because news events seem to follow your interviews.
Yeah, unfortunately, after I think our first interview, the Colonial Pipeline attack happened, and after the second one, it was JBS. So it's good for those in cybersecurity, not so great for the companies that are being attacked.
And JBS paid an $11 million ransom to get their data back.
Right. So that was interesting. They actually paid the ransom after they had decrypted or restored most of their systems, but what they wanted to make sure was that they could recover all of their systems, or at least try to recover all the systems. And then the other factor with ransomware attacks nowadays is that there's the data breach component. So JBS also paid the $11 million to make sure that the information about their customers or their employees wasn't leaked out there on the dark web by the ransomware groups.
For those seeing you for the first time, Shannon, tell us again what Tego Cyber does.
It's a threat intelligence company, and we have a threat intelligence platform that essentially gives all the information a security operations team needs at their fingertips when an incident occurs. So we really call it the who, what, when, where, how of a threat, and we integrate into existing cybersecurity tools. So it's the idea of a single pane of glass, but integrated into tools that enterprises are already using. So we integrate into SIM platforms, which are basically taking in all the information from an enterprise, all the servers, computers, firewalls, anything that can create a log, feeds that information into the SIM, and then we apply our threat intelligence on top of that and really give the security operations team visibility into what's happening in the enterprise from a threat detection standpoint.
So Colonial and JBS could certainly have used your help.
Possibly, yes. If they had been monitoring and we were able to identify the threats, we have, for some of our other customers, had the indicators in there and be able to identify some of the threat indicators for ransomware attacks. So absolutely, with threat data, you can quickly identify and know how to react when an enterprise is compromised. So threat data is definitely an integral part of cybersecurity strategies for enterprises today.
Well, big news for your company this week. You started beta testing. Tell us about that.
Yes, so we're happy to finally be able to talk about that. We've been doing customer walkthroughs for a little while as we were in development, getting feedback from some of our customers about what the platform looks like, the data that their security operations team needs. So we've just started now beta testing with a Fortune 500 company. And really, this is a nice step forward from those walkthroughs of what the platform looks like and the data that we're giving you to actually being able to identify threats within enterprise environments. So for this Fortune 500, actually having them use our tool within their existing environment and plugging into their Splunk Enterprise Edition.
Can you describe for us a typical Tego Cyber client?
It's an enterprise that has invested in a SIM platform such as Splunk. So we would say probably it's somebody in the Fortune 2000, somebody that has a security operations team or a managed service provider that's using the tool to monitor the enterprise. We are industry agnostic. Everybody can use cybersecurity. Everybody can use threat data. So we're not choosy or picky about who our customers are, but it's really anybody who needs threat intelligence.
Well, you know, so I thought the other day about these hacks that are going on. If somebody hacked into the power grid in the United States during the heat of the summer, it could be catastrophic.
It can be, and on the flip side, during the wintertime. And if you look back, actually, the past, I think if you go 3 or 4 years back, you'll actually find cases where the power grid in the Ukraine was hacked by, it was believed, Russian-backed state actors. And they took the power grid in the Ukraine down in, I think it was eastern Ukraine, but they took it down for a couple weeks at a time around the holidays. So there are real-world instances where power grids have been hacked. And there's also a case recently in Puerto Rico where there was a DDoS attack against one of the power suppliers there, and then they had a fire at one of the substations. So nobody could call in and report outages, and nobody could get customer service, which was terrible. It just compounded the problem even more.
What's up next for your company?
After this beta test is completed in about 2 to 4 weeks, then we're looking forward to the commercial launch of our platform and applying for being hosted on Splunk base, and as well as being available for anybody using Splunk. And then we'll move on to future integrations. We actually have a roadmap over the next 2 years of integrating into about 9 other SIM platforms beyond Splunk.
Well, I know that you're a newly public company. What's been your biggest challenge as CEO?
I think a little bit it's keeping up with the pace of what the investors need to know, as well as working on the commercial launch of our product. It's keeping me busy, but we've been expanding our team, bringing on quite a few experienced team members. I'm very happy to tap into my former United Nations network to bring on some folks to help, as well as our founding team and our board's networks of cybersecurity professionals to join us in this journey.
Anything else to add for us?
I don't think so, Don. I appreciate it.
Tego Cyber, TGCB is the stock symbol. Shannon, I'm almost afraid to see what's going to be in the news next week.
Yeah, we will see.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Don.